Yo, welcome to the hole where no depth is too deep. This is where the woke stay woke and the sleepers can't sleep. I'm Shaman Adamore, Jamont, and this is my host, Saxo. Saxo,
Don't hold back.
let's get straight to
You can
it,
ask
bro.
me anything.
Get it going.
All right,
Real,
bro.
man.
I gotta let you take the lead because I know you got a lot on your mind. We had hollered earlier this week, and we knew we was about to get into this zone. We knew that we had some stuff to get off our chest and off our minds at the same time. So, what's the thought right now initially? You know, it's a lot going on around this world.
Yeah, man. Right now, it's a lot going on, and I think for the most part, you know, average person don't really pay a lot of attention to it, but it's a lot going on that could affect all of us at any
Uh
moment.
huh.
So
Yeah.
it's always good to keep my ear to the ground as far as anything geopolitical, especially when there's war involved,
Yeah.
anything like that. Oil prices about to go up, gas is about to go up. It's going to affect everybody eventually anyway. So it's might as well good to get ahead of it now.
And I like that about you, bro. I like how you always political with it. I like how you always got your mind indulged into the political world. You see what's going on outside the normal paradigm. There's a lot of people who don't pay attention to these politics. They too used to listening to what's loose out here. Like, you know, a lot of social media platforms that's just some just more entertaining than what's more serious.
It's true.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it started because you was talking to me about Iran and you was talking about it's about to be a war. Like most people tend to be like, you know what I'm saying? That's fake news. All that stuff ain't got nothing to do with us. It ain't real and all that. So for the people who think along them type of lines, bro, like how could you break it down and build it up? Like how bad do you think it could get? Like, you know, how bad could the build up get?
It's the biggest buildup since they went to Iraq. The buildup when you know, they went through
Hmm.
bombing everything, and it's the biggest
Right.
buildup in the Middle East since then, right now. But the difference is Iran is not Iraq.
Right.
Iran
Right. For
got
real.
different military.
They playing with
They got
nuclear.
ballistic missiles.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now the thing is they don't have nuclear weapons yet, and that's what this is really about. Pretty much
Mm.
America been telling them that they're not allowed to develop nuclear weapons for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And they pretty much been telling, yeah, they've been telling the United States, y'all can't tell us what to do. We about to develop these anyway.
Yeah.
And the problem with this is, I don't know if you know about last year when it was a 12-day war between
Mm.
Israel and Iran.
Yeah.
And pretty much it was quick. It was 12 days because it was getting ugly and it was about to get out of hand. So they was throwing, missiles back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Bombing and everything because Israel keeps saying they don't want Iran to have nukes, even though, Israel got nukes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just Middle East is crazy right now.
Yeah. I mean, I could say
No,
it's
for real.
crazy.
So for the most part is
Mm-hmm.
you say again.
No, I said I could say it's
I mean,
crazy. I'm listening.
I'm trying to simplify it down without going too deep into it. You know what I'm saying?
I
Without
mean, if you got to
being
get
overly
deep,
talkative about it because yeah.
if
I
you got
mean,
to
no,
get
I
deep,
hear you. I hear you. But yeah, man. So it's just like my bad, man. But
you
yeah.
good.
So for the most part, what they're looking at right now is it's a standoff between the United States with Israel and Iran, China, and Russia. China and Russia dropping off equipment in Iran right now. They pretty much they made it clear that they're gonna stand with Iran.
Yeah.
China right now pretty much saying they're gonna stand with them, and they got that sea right now on lock. So pretty much, if it happened, if anything flinch, the first thing they happen is shutting down the sea where all the oil come from out the Middle East. Price of
Right.
oil finna shoot up.
Right.
That's their first weapon that they gonna use. And then the first thing America and Israel are gonna do is try to bomb their nuclear sites to stop them from developing nuclear bombs. So it's pretty much already laid out how it would happen because that's how it would have to happen.
Right. Right. Now
It's
with
just, it's
with
just gonna
that
come down to.
now with that said, that's what I was going to ask you. Where you think it's going? So it's going to come down to what?
I think it depends, man, because they Trump made a statement with the Maduro thing. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? When he went to Venezuela and he got Maduro right there, they had the whole build up. That was really a message to Iran, in my opinion. that was really letting them know, like, we can take leaders, you know what I'm saying, or we coming for you, or whatever message they were trying to send, because they're
Right.
trying to have these negotiations about the nuclear deal. They're trying to basically make Iran capitulate and basically make them give up their military. Really,
Right.
Iran basically saying we not doing it. China standing with them. And so right now it just depends on how serious Trump is. If he's right now, it looked like they dead serious because, like I said, it's the biggest buildup in the Middle East since they went to Iraq. So, and it's like, and if they start it, it's gonna be it's gonna be all out war. They're gonna bomb all the bases in Kuwait, all the bases in Iraq and Afghanistan, all the United States bases. That's what Iran said they're gonna do. They said
Right.
if you
Right.
flinch, we gonna be bombing all your bases, and then America going full in with the Air Force, the Navy, and it's just gonna depend on how much China and Russia want to help.
So my thing is this right here. I couldn't help but I'm hanging on to every word that you drop, but I couldn't help but get stuck on the part where you said the prices of oil and price of gas and all that is gonna go up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the United States, not us Americans, but didn't the United States just hit a lick on Venezuela and they seized how much oil? How much? You get what I'm saying? So this is the
Oh no,
part
no, now
that.
that's
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
no, you good. Now that could be the caveat because a lot of people, that's what a lot of people pointed to. A lot of people think that's what that was about too. Everybody said it was about the oil in the first place. The
Yeah.
only the only problem with that is the type of oil that comes out of Venezuela. It's
Hmm.
not the type of oil that come out of like maybe America or out the Middle East or out of Russia. It's a different type of oil. It's called crude oil. It's
Yeah.
way thicker and it takes way more to process.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the United States got the refineries to process that kind of oil
You better believe
because
they
it's a whole
do.
different kind.
You better believe they do. Like it's not.
Well, they
It's
if they don't, they got somebody to do it for them.
of course, and it's not a problem for the United States to make something happen. There's no reason they're gonna go take something for nothing. Like you don't go and hit a
No, for
lick
real.
and take no product if you don't know how to sell it. So my thing is this right here.
Exactly.
What stood out to me the most is you talk about the oil being taken, and this is the thing that people got to understand. It don't make sense for our prices to drive up on the oil. Hey Queen P, how you doing? Nice of you to join us. But this is my
Hey,
How's
thing
it
right
going?
here. It don't make sense for them to go hit a lick on the oil. So like if you, this is how I feel about it right here. If if you and me went and hit a lick and we from one neighborhood, we from the hood, and like America is the hood. You get what I'm saying? Like if they going to hit a lick, why not share with the people?
Yeah,
Why not share with the people? Like wouldn't you like when you go and hit a lick in your hood, and you gonna come back and everything gonna be cheaper? So that's the thing. They going to rob somebody, but they come back and charge us for high. You charging us for high on something that you stole. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not, it's problematic more than anything. It's not it don't make sense. It's not something that we can make sense out of it, that you stole something and you want to drive the prices up on something that you stole. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
my question to you is with this going on and you saying that this is gonna create war, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna create war because just look at everywhere that's been either let's just face the fact that's been invaded, or problems been caused in a war that come about with the United States butting their nose in somebody's business. We always got people that basically my thing is this: we always got people that's being invaded or something like that, and something come out of it that come better for the United States. So where do you think this is going? What's the end
Now, as
game?
far as where it's going,
Yeah.
yeah, the end game. Now that depends on what the motivations for really going to war with Iran is. Now,
Uh-huh.
what they say, the reason they say they're in Iran is because of the nuclear program. They can't let them get nuclear weapons and everything, and which is, understandable. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But if you look at regime change, because really that's what they're going for, regime change in Iran. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
They've said that explicitly. You see what I'm saying? This is
Right.
something I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Lindsey Graham and somebody else that had been explicitly saying we want regime change. They want a different government in Iran, that probably a puppet government that they can control. You know what I'm saying? And they not even hiding this. They being out front about this. So it's like, if you look at throughout history where they've done that before, the motivations was never, it wasn't even about oil, and it wasn't about nuclear weapons. It was really about world domination and power, really. That's what it really comes
Mm.
down to. And it's just like Iran, they've been trying to get the beef with Iran goes back centuries. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is not something that started today. You see what I mean? This is
Right. For
ancient beef.
sure.
This was like when the Ottomans took Constantinople from the Romans and named it. It's still Istanbul to this day after they took Constantinople. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When the Muslims took that from the Christians. You see what I'm saying? It's like this goes back hundreds of years, and it's like right now feels like the opportunity they've been waiting on for centuries.
Yeah. Yeah. They like
So it's like,
this beef ain't dead. This ain't dead yet. You know what I
no,
mean?
for real.
Yeah. For real.
You see what I'm saying? They saying it's about the nuclear program, but if you look throughout history, they've been trying to get them for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So right now,
Because
you
really,
know, we see.
that's who they going to war with now. That's really who they are, the Persian.
Yeah, for real, for real. Like you made the most sense out of that right now when you had to you had to rebuttal on where it actually stemmed from. Because a lot of people just think like, what is these people fighting for? You always hear about these names. You always hear about them going back and forth with each other. You know, like whose land is it really? Whose is this really? Like, you know, like
Exactly.
who got the right to this? Who got the right to that? And you can credit that to other stories that stem from other places, depending on what you read and what you believe in. My thing is this: with this war that's about to happen, why there's so many people, you know, especially like, you know, the real American people? Why there's so many people that sleep on it, that's distracted by whatever they doing, that's not taking serious, that's something. Do people think, like, you in your eyes, do you feel like they think this can't happen over here? Nothing can happen over here. Can't nobody bring nothing
I
over
think,
here?
you know, it's crazy. The thought that just crossed my mind when you asked it was, I think that's part of the programming, that people don't pay attention to things like that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what keep the whole show running is the fact that everybody's so distracted. You're still gonna get
Yeah.
up in the morning, we're gonna go to work like nothing's happening. We're gonna go to work, we're gonna get off, and we're gonna spend this money to keep the economy going like nothing happening. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's part of the program for us to be out of the loop, you know, not paying attention, because if everybody was really aware of where things could go, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta think California itself is the most robust economy in the country, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, California bringing in a good portion of America's money.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If war were to break out, California is most at risk. You see what I'm saying? Like,
That's
just
big
in
facts.
general, stuff like that. Like, they wouldn't, yeah, they wouldn't want the people of California saying, "Hey, let me get my money out the bank. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Let me start preparing for what could possibly happen from this war." Because what they're not telling you is, yeah, the furthest out west is Hawaii. That's our border. You see what I'm saying? And if they were to come at us, they would go at Hawaii first. And if they
Mm-hmm.
were to get past Hawaii, Cali is next.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is an unfathomable thought for most Americans. They don't even
Because
want
they
you to
don't
think
see what's
about
going
this.
on.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They don't want you to think about that. Exactly. Even the mere thought of the mainland being, you see what I'm saying, being attacked. Or you see what I'm saying? Something like Red Dawn. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The movie.
Yeah.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm
When they
saying?
drop gems, right?
This stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
When they
for real.
drop gems like that, it's a lot. It's a lot that go. It's a lot that fly over people's heads. You know what I mean? So my thing is, like, right now, the United States and Iran, they not just exchanging no, you know what I'm saying, no diplomatic little, you know what I mean? This right here is where they started. People started stacking their military power. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Iran is actually. I don't think they not in the nuclear field. Like, for people to put that in the back of their mind that they don't have nuclear. That is crazy. Like for you to think that it's always the element of surprise. So to be sleeping on your enemy, we've all seen people in our
Yeah,
daily life. You see somebody get blicked. You see somebody get shot for real. They get knocked down for underestimating another man, or thinking that this person don't got it on them, or thinking that this person don't have the heart to do that. And that's why the element of surprise is some of the one of the most crucial things when it comes to war tactics and stuff that like that. You see Tehran gonna respond with missile drills, and it's gonna close the Straits of Hormuz. You're gonna be thinking about a critical a critical global oil passageway. Then now that's when we
yeah,
start to see. Now this is when we're gonna start to see stuff kicking off at a level that some people don't even know. We're not talking about uh a fist fight or with just a few missiles being shot. We're not talking about a 12-day war. We're looking at something more extensive, right?
yeah. No,
So
for real, something way more extensive.
so
And the
what
thing is, like,
how extensive?
they talking about full. When I say they fight full scale war, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like everything will have to get like mobilized. Because I said Iran is not a little country. They're not.
No,
They
no.
don't have a small military. They have the ballistic missiles. If I'm not mistaken, they got the missiles that go faster than the speed of sound. You see what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep.
And these missiles is, and they already proved in the 12-day war last year. They shot some warning missiles off to Israel
And
that
wasn't
got
playing.
through all of their defenses.
And
Yeah,
they
got through
wasn't
all of
playing.
the defenses and didn't hit nothing on purpose. Yeah, no, yes, exactly. And they were just wanted to let them know, like, we can get through your air defenses if we wanted to, and there's nothing you can do about it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's just like, for example, if they was to sink a airship carrier or something like that, it's at that point. I don't know how many people. Let me try to look that up. How many people on a carrier? Just
Well,
I just want to just
that's the thing right there. It don't matter if it's just one or one too many. Once it get done, it just shows it proved the point that look, we can hit y'all with unlimited strikes, and this could escalate into a bigger regional conflict. This could show the proxy flare ups. This could show that like it's this gonna involve groups that's backed by Iran. This gonna be what's
exactly,
their name? Hezbollah. This gonna be some real like it's, and not only that, it's gonna be more to it about stuff going down about this disruption the market of the oil. We already know that that's cut off. Ain't nobody gonna be doing no business. We already know that, but the risk of what we call like miscalculating this is gonna go into a bigger fight. That's how I'm looking at it. Like it's gonna be plenty of people to see that. Okay, now this you got to consider how serious this thing got. You got to say that this conflict is more than likely to not fall into no negotiations. Because right now, is it about negotiations and why?
and that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's about the negotiations, but the
Right.
negotiations then already fell apart. There's
Mm-hmm.
not even a table to even have a sit down at right now. At this point,
Right.
it's just military buildup with no diplomacy. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? No diploma. Ain't nobody coming to the table to shake hands and try to make a deal no more. Pretty much, they keep saying they beyond the point of word,
Yeah,
and
they
they
don't want
look
to
and
talk
they
about it.
actions is proving that
It's
too.
just like people.
Exactly.
It's just like people. When you done talking, you done talking. You want to fight. So we know that Iran is
Yeah,
ready to fight. They don't want to sit down. And, for one, I'm gonna say this right now. The United States have made themselves hard to trust anywhere they go. You know, like when you backdoor people on your word and you smile in their face, they don't want to get along with you in no type of sit down. They don't want to have nothing to do with your leaders coming, especially when your leader is all around the world creating controversy and chaos. So, what you think this is?
exactly.
What you think this is going for an end game? Like, I want to ask you this right here. In the end game, I gotta ask you like, I don't know really how to put this, but I'm gonna put it how it's coming to me right now. So in the end game, is the object like a part of nuclear negotiations? Like y'all just don't make none, and or was it not like yeah, like is it,
So
but
the
not
deal
the
that
old,
Obama, so
not the
Obama made it.
Obama era. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was gonna say. Not the Obama era, not that deal where what's actually happening from what I'm seeing of standpoints, right? Is you got the United States, they pushing Iran to curb uranium enrichment, right? So and this what I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm saying that the whole program is subject to strict inspections. So if Iran wants sanction release and from these people, it's going to be some type of recognition that all right, that it's going to be rights to enrich their nuclear fuel. So I'm saying that the real end game is a push pull thing. You know what I'm saying? Between like maybe between containment and deterrence. It could be, you feel what I'm saying? It could be on that level, but it's like the United States, they want to prevent Iran from having the capability for a weapon, but you and your alliances got, every alliance that the United States got nuclear weapons. So why would you not want them to have one? It's like
exactly.
we gonna bring the guns to the war and you bring the knife. That's not sitting right with these folks. They not here to play that, because both sides understand that an outright war, that's gonna risk destabling much more than just Iran. You get what I'm saying? So in that sense, I'm looking like nuclear negotiations. That's the centerpiece. But if we looking beyond that, you already know they about to kick up some dust that, you know what I'm saying, and it's gonna be hard for people to see what's really going on, because there's gonna be a lot going on. Besides missiles in the air, it's really gonna be like people dying.
No,
What's
exactly,
that?
exactly.
And when it hit the
The
home,
thing is,
go ahead.
no, no, you good, you good. I was just saying that the thing is that all of this right now is just peripheral to the real problem.
Mm-hmm.
The real quote unquote big homie is China right now.
Yeah,
That's the problem. That's the
there you
country they
go.
really got the problem with. That's the country that they really want to get active with right now. See what I'm
Right.
saying? And so if you notice what they doing right now, is they trying to knock off, it seemed like all of their
Knock off all they
allies
friends.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it's time for the one on one with you, there's nobody to come help you.
Mm.
So it's like that's possibly what it's looking like is starting to unfold. But China already knows that. That's why China right now is getting
Mm-hmm.
Iran weapons. But the
Yeah.
thing is, China tried to do the same thing with Venezuela.
Yeah, they
China was
try to
dropping
hook
off
them up.
equipment to Venezuela. They were dropping off equipment for like a month before that happened.
Yeah,
And they
but you
still
gotta
came
think
through like a
about
thief in the night
you
and
gotta think
still took the
about that
bill
one
up.
too. Let's think about that. Like I like how you phrase that. You know I don't like to cut you off. I gotta respect your
No, you
mind, but I
good. You
gotta
good.
say this as well. Venezuela started playing the game with China when they was already in debt to the United States. So that created a bigger problem right there. Like, hold up, how you gonna fuck with the ops? How you gonna cop your packages from the ops? That's more likely how the United States looking at it, like, hold on, you got a big ass tab you ran up. You gotta, hey, if you want to do business with them, you gotta full scale get out of business with us and pay what you owe. So basically, that's
Yeah.
another reason that, I'm gonna say that the United States went and pushed the button and did what they did with Venezuela, knowing that, hey, ain't nobody finna aid you while you owe me type stuff. So it could be, what I'm saying, it could be more on the level, because the politics go deep. It's deeper than the average people who don't know. But for people like us that's breaking it down to build it up, we gotta let you know that for people that's in America that's too distracted to handle a full scale war mentally, huh? What's the reality check?
Yeah.
What's the reality check for them? Like, what can you say about that right now?
Well, Trump pretty much laid it out clearly. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He called out the Monroe Doctrine. You see
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying? And then,
doctor.
I don't know if you know about the Monroe Doctrine, but that goes back, a couple centuries, but
Yeah,
really it was a message to Europe at the time,
yeah.
telling everybody pretty much in the world that this side of the world belonged to
Belong.
America.
Yeah,
Or
us.
not even that it belongs to America, that
It's
it's under
controlled by.
American protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But now they pretty much reinstituting that with an emphasis on China. So they like letting them know, like, okay, no matter what you do, if it's on this side of the planet, if you want to do business with them, you pretty much you got to go through us. And so
Right.
it's like they trying to set this line because you've been hearing about the build up BRICS for the longest. You know,
Right.
BRICS
Right.
this, BRICS that, Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, and South America, I think. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. So
this
my
whole
thing,
build up, that whole side. So this is pretty much him confronting them.
yeah. So my thing is, if this kick off, I mean, it's already done kicked off. But if this full scale kick off, let's just put our hands up and look at this how it's supposed to be. If this full scale kick off and it do go to the United States way, who the hell is next?
That's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole thing is China is the end goal. So if they was able to knock them out, at that point is world domination
Yeah.
because who was in the way after them?
After Iran or after China? After they knock
After
off
China.
some. Okay, of course it's
But in order for them to, that's why they say if they go to war with Iran, that's why they say it's World War III. You see what I'm saying? Because China understands. You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
If they lose all their allies, they understand. That's why they starting to get more and more active about what the United States is doing.
For
You see what
sure.
I'm saying? Because they feeling the heat turn up. The heat is
For
turning up
sure.
on them. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? And that's why they start to say, like, hey, if you do that, then we gonna do this. And that's why
Yeah.
everybody looking at Taiwan right now. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been, trying to take Taiwan really for the longest. So it's like, you know, exactly. So it's like at this point it's like a standoff. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Who gonna budge first? It looked like America itching for it. You see what I'm saying? It looked like China is trying to skate through without getting through it because if you can pay attention to I'm sorry, I can't even say it, the economics around it, China is
Mm-hmm.
starting to take off on an economic level. And
Yeah.
so for them,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
benefit them if there's no war. They can keep
Yeah.
making their money and keep taking off. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
China
But
is the new
if
Germany.
America could disrupt that, that definitely benefit the US.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Yeah.
said China is the new Germany for a reason because Germany used to have it all. Now China got it all. Because ever since I came up as a kid, we watched a lot of everything that we seen made in China. You know what I mean? Clothes, devices, uh, uh, China, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Everything is made in China, and that's been the breadcrumbs for what they had already planned. If you ask me, they already was, you know what I'm saying, they was already woke. They already had this going on. They already was making moves while they was creating apps like TikToks because they was understanding that it would be people that's in America that's going to be distracted because a lot of stuff going to be happening. You got people that's going
Yeah.
to be paying attention to
They
headlines,
understand
streaming
it's not just a
politics,
physical
AI.
war.
You got to see people worried about bread prices, people worried about climate, people worried about all this other stuff that's just burning them out because they too focused on all the small stuff to see the big stuff. And China already knew one thing that was going to happen is that it's a foreign crisis going on out here, and in these days, unless something start to happen where people wake up on that, they can easily make their moves because they know that collectively, America not sticking to them, not sticking to the politics. You know what I mean? They know that like the Americans are not sticking to the politics like the Chinese are. They have people besides their military that's willing and ready to get with it. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong.
Right.
You got your people here that's, you know what I'm saying, full out ready to go there as well. Ain't even in no war or whatever. But they aren't as alert. They're not paying attention like a lot of these people over there in what we can say in the Chinese community. They know what's going on. They know like it's warfare. They know that
Yeah.
it's about to go up because it already is going down. They already know that like it's about to go up, and when it's up, it's stuck. We already know that okay,
Oh yeah.
they've been thinking years ahead. So it ain't even about like nobody putting tariffs on them or nothing like that. They can care less because their economy is fed already. Anytime they doing a job for less than everybody else around the world, anytime they outbid everybody on any type of technology, they go from they corner the market. They cornered the market
But
enough
the
to,
problem with that is they're actually running out of time on that.
yeah.
They're actually running out of time on that because of their
Explain that
population
though.
crisis.
Okay.
Okay, so with China, they got an aging population
Yeah.
because back in the day they used to have this one child policy.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That
know,
was a
basically,
big thing back then. That was a real big
yep, they
thing
can
back
only they can only have one child. Most of their
then.
population is like it's like a big bubble in the same age group.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That group is getting old, and
Yeah.
they're not having enough babies to replace them. They're young people actually, so it's like they actually right now where they was taking advantage from 2000 to 2020. They took advantage because that age group was between the ages of like 18 and 38.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it was like they was young. They had all this young cheap labor. You see what I'm saying? They can get everything made for the cheap and everything like that. But now that generation is getting older, the younger generation, it's not as many of them. And so now it's already cheaper to get stuff made in Mexico than it is to get stuff made in China because it's slowly the wages are starting to go up there because their population is getting older. And
Yeah.
that's another thing. China got, if they want to overtake America economically, they got like a 10-year window to do it. If
Yeah.
they don't do it in that 10-year window, they in trouble. If they don't do it in that 10-year window, then pretty much they're going to have like a population collapse. That's what they saying. That's what they projecting that's going to happen with China. But I'm pretty sure China see this too, and they got some plans for it too.
So let's get to the nitty gritty about China. Let's get real gritty about when you said the age group and the age range. Yeah, they're getting older and all that. But China done created so much technology, right? We on the same page about this. They got so much AI doing stuff. They was the first to get that popping. They not being they if you think about in technology, they eons beyond everybody else. Everybody else got to play a game of keep up and catch up with them because they already gone. Mexico can't mess with them. United States, um, Italy, all these places, Brazil, South Africa, all these places who got relevant technologies. They not taking off on China as far as for what. See, every day China got their people, they scientists, they got their engineers, they got their people doing these things day in and day out. And plus, these people done developed enough robotic technologies to keep that flourishing. So if I'm looking
Yep.
at this picture right, China got this AI robot army and drone warfare. Now, what's going on with that? Or you think we in the Terminator era right now? Is that kicking off?
I honestly think that's where everything is going. I don't think they trying to, but I think things is just naturally manifesting in that way.
Mm,
You know how it goes when it's going tip to tap with these countries, and they start having these arms races. It's whoever can get the best technology fast is going to win the war. You see
mm.
what I'm saying?
And you got some
Even
good
you
points.
see what I'm saying? And so it's like no, for real.
Yeah.
They want everybody to slow down with this AI development. They want everybody to slow down with this robot development. But if America slow down and trying to get an advantage, they're gonna win a war with it if it ever break out. So everybody got to keep developing shit that's more dangerous. It's just more and more. It's gonna get to the point where they can't control it. But right now,
Mm-hmm.
they know everything that's in warfare is going to be drones because they know, for example, it take about 10 to 20 billion to make a aircraft carrier for the
Right.
United States that carry all the planes and the nukes, the submarines, and all of that. These cost billions of dollars.
Yeah.
The problem with that is drone warfare. China can do a drone swarm of about 100,000 drones that cost about $1,000 each to make.
Have you seen they
And you
drone
see what I'm saying?
shows?
They could exactly. You see what I'm saying? They could
That's
take out something that's
demonstrating.
worth $10 billion with
That's
something that's worth a
demonstrating.
thousand.
That's demonstrating what
Exactly. And they
that
let you know. They letting you know
I
this is what
saw
they can
that.
do.
I saw that and nothing slipped my mind that didn't say show offs. Show offs. Because y'all showing
Now
off
for real.
exactly what you're capable of. So I'm looking at it like this. Because I phrased it when I asked you this question. I had to ask you, is it like some Terminator stuff, right? Now I can't say it like this Terminator, but the trajectory is real, right? So I'm looking at it like, okay, well, if anything, right? China been developing this AI linked military. They hold tech for years. That's not a secret to nobody. Everybody know that. Hold on, these folks working on something. While everybody TikToking, while everybody out here twerking, while everybody out here playing,
Exactly.
these folks is about business. And when I say they about business, fam,
It's
they
real.
handling business right in your face, behind your back, all around you. So it's a full surface type of thing. Now they plans, we know that they plans date back into the early before the 2020 hit, before the whole time pandemic was going on. China was like, this the window. This is our chance. And then it intensified. And now, as they moving, I think by 2035, they're going to already be done demonstrated that, okay, or even before then, especially if the wars kick off, like stuff supposed to happen or gonna happen or might happen or whatever level of happening is gonna happen. These drones gonna swarm and operate semi-autonomously. I'm thinking they finna do this thing like they already coordinated it while everybody was playing.
Real.
While they laughing at it, they got constant control. While people thinking that this is something, no, this is the beginning of unmanned warfare. If you ask me, this is where they don't need
Exactly.
They don't need bodies on the ground. They don't need bodies in the air. They got the military.
That's the scary part.
This is what I'm trying to get at. They got the military technology because the styles of these robots that they using, boy, this shit is coming up like this, fam. And it's gone. It's there and there. So if that thing can do this and do that and handle this business that fast, what you gonna do? It's like fighting somebody who you put. It's like putting a paraplegic against Bruce Lee. It's not gonna be a fair fight. You get what I'm saying?
Not real.
Like they gonna swarm stuff with their weapon system. Like this is a real time battlefield. This is AI gonna be fighting that fight because while people is too worried about playing around, China like, you know what? Now, you know what I mean? Now, so I'm saying that the United States could run their mouth the wrong way. Like, who the hell publicizes a fight? Who the hell? This is the one thing that don't make war seem real to people. Like, it's not real. Like, a bunch of people will wave their hand off. Like, man, I don't listen to that bullshit. I don't listen to the White House. I don't listen to that all that fake news. You know what I'm saying? Fake news. They listen to that and they look at it like that because the reason is like so many people is taking their time to be unworried about this, and they like keep sleeping on us, just like your dumbass leader. Keep sleeping on us. Keep sleeping on us, thinking that we not woke 24 hours a day. Because average people here, we got to get sleep. Not over there. They got robots doing the dang thing. And I'm not saying that the United States ain't got nothing planned for nobody, ain't got nothing real. That'd be foolish. That'd be the element of surprise for China to be thinking that, because China know a lot better. And I'm gonna tell you right now, China got enough devices. China got enough devices over here to understand what's going on. China could shut this whole damn grid down. China got your laptop. China got your phone. This is what I'm saying. China got your TVs. China got your kids' devices. China got all these things in your house. China got light bulbs, lamps, and stuff. Everything you ordering off these Temus, everything you ordering off Amazons and all that, it's spying on you. It's spying on you. Now, while we getting on that spying on you, with all that robotic support that they got, let's think about this right here. I want to talk about mass surveillance. Where do you think this is going? Like, what's the end game with all that data? What's the end game with everything that they collecting and holding that they know already to this date, above and beyond, they already knew stuff before then. So what's the end game with the mass surveillance, fam? What's the input?
Now, man, there's a lot of conspiracies on.
I mean,
like the
conspiracies
mass
don't
surveillance.
take us there. Go ahead. That's what we here for.
No, for real.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even gonna go into the actual conspiracies about the mass surveillance. I was really gonna start with Palantir. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know too much about it. You know what I'm saying? The Palantir was this new basically a database, a technology that collects everything on everybody. It's connecting you to your
And a lot
social
of people
security
sleep on
number,
that.
to your social media accounts, to it's connecting everything about you into a database. Everything about
Easy,
everybody into a
easy.
database.
They've been doing
Facial
that for about a good
recognition,
60 years. They've been doing that for about a good
exactly.
60 years, and now they because you got to tell everybody, you got to tell the people what's going on, and now they releasing that. They slowly releasing that because if they gave you everything at once, boom, explosion, couldn't take it. You get what I'm saying? But I want you
No,
to
exactly.
tell us more about your understanding on that Palantir. Then I go ahead and add what I could possibly know about this and what I think about it all the time.
Now I'm still reading up on it myself, but from what I
Yeah,
got so far is it's just right now they're collecting pretty much data on everybody. They say it's for like crime prevention, but that's how they usher in everything as far as government control. You see what I'm saying? That's how
yeah,
they usher it in. Exactly, exactly. And if we piggyback off the last conversation we was having, pretty much with the AI and the drone warfare.
mm-hmm.
If you go back to that Terminator movie, this all started with that. What is that? That Skynet software. You see what I'm saying?
Woo! Drop a
And
bomb on them,
that's
fam.
what I'm saying. Exactly.
Drop a
Exactly. You see what I'm
bomb on
saying?
them.
But that's what the race is right now. That's
Mm-hmm.
the new arms race, the new nuclear race is between the United States and China. Who can get the first sentient AI? So
Yeah.
sentient AI is like AI that's alive. Whoever can reach that first wins the war. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you watch the Terminator movie, that's what killed everybody.
Yeah.
The AI became
AI,
alive
it was
and
already
decided
predicted.
that the humans was the problem.
Yeah. AI was like, hold up. I'm alive. I see your bullshit. You
Exactly. I
created
control
me
your nukes.
to destroy
I
you.
control your planes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it became Frankenstein's monster. You
Yeah.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
that's really what we starting to live with now. You see what I'm saying? Now you got Google, you got all of these companies, Meta, you got OpenAI, you
Especially
got all
Meta.
these companies they competing because they all want to make the first sentient AI, the AI that's alive, thinks for itself. It's not just regurgitating data like the AI chatbots that we have now. Now you ask it a question, it's going to give you an answer, but it's just
Check this
really
out.
a calculation.
Mm-hmm. Check this out. What if we already there but don't know we there, but don't or getting there but don't know we got there? You get what I'm saying?
Hey, if it's there, then it's already too late. If it's there, then it's already too
Well,
late.
that's
Because
what I'm
that's how I
saying.
feel about it personally.
But it could be to the point where it's yet to be released with the Palantir. You get what I'm saying? This my thing is like I'm looking at every data that's like a mining architecture, right? You got to look at it like okay, every cross agency, right? They do one thing. They aggregate patterns at a scale, right? So what's their strategic purpose? We got to see they. I'm doing something. We got to see that they strategic. Close that door. We got to see that their strategic purpose is national security. National
Oh
security.
yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna tell us.
It's national security, or they predict the analytics for crime and threat. A centralized government.
You ever seen
Man,
them?
this thing
They had a
going
movie that was
on.
about that.
You say what now? I'm listening. What you say?
Like they had a movie like that was. What is it called? I think it's called Minority Report or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
whatever that movie is, but they basically try to predict people crime before they do it.
Minority Report. Now, was that with Tom
I forgot
Cruise,
the
or am I
name of it.
off about that?
No, I think that is. I think it is with him, but
Okay.
it's like I know the movie that I'm thinking of. Pretty much, it got this software. They got
Mm-hmm.
these advanced calculations. It know everything about everybody, and
Yeah.
pretty much it do a calculation, and it's like, okay, this person is about to commit a crime, and they
Oh
arrest you
yeah,
before you
yeah.
even
That
do
real
anything.
time operation. Yeah, the real time operation
Yeah,
and see what's going
and
on.
that's pretty much
Yeah.
what they saying
Okay.
Palantir is. Yeah, that's pretty much what they saying Palantir is for. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? To pretty much calculate where the crime is gonna come from. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I don't know if they really gonna get to a point where they're arresting people before they commit a crime, but it's like it's just going to a
So
scary territory.
you know what I'm thinking about all that? I'm thinking that the risk and like the word is gonna come when these systems, right? When they move from defense to a threat. You know what I mean? Like you going from protecting us to fucking us up. You know what I mean? That's the part that people not looking at
Yeah,
because if this thing got behavioral prediction, and this is scoring the people, it's scoring everybody about this nigga's this person right here is a level 9 of aggression, or this person is only a level 2,
Yeah,
or something like that. And what if this thing is start it's thinking, but just like people make things, we misjudge, we miscalculate. What if this thing judged wrong and become the new police, the robotic police of police? Because we got a foolish government of police already. Police are, you got good and bad everything, but we got to look at it like here. We got a good amount of idiotic decisions that's been made behind people that done died behind miscalculated perception. So if these robots or this AI or this Palantir, whatever, if this thing or this alive AI start to miscalculate, misjudge us, which is prejudice, which if these things become, if they develop human characteristics, they gotta become bigots, they gotta become stereotypical, they gotta become prejudiced, they gotta become assholes, they gotta become all the things that we are. But even on I don't know what kind of scale to look at it. Even on a uncontrolled scale or controlled scale, or to the point where whatever they was trying to do is going to basically be like some type of, it's going to be some type of end game for what was to come anyway. Because if these things are turning into us, and I'm thinking right here, this is where you'll start to see stuff that's motivated by the government. You'll start to see stuff that's motivated by private corporations. We'll start to see these hyper efficient data insights. We'll start to see that, okay, this right here, this ain't no ethical guardrails. This ain't nothing that was supposed to happen, that's not supposed to happen. You get what I'm saying? They doing this on purpose. That's the same thing about if the AI started thinking together, not by themselves. If they started thinking together, and what's gonna happen when when AI get on bullshit? We already got police that's on bullshit. Hell, we already got people that's on bullshit, governments that's on bullshit, factions that's on bullshit. So when we start thinking of that, we're gonna be looking at, we in a whole lot of trouble because we created this mess ourselves. What's going on with that type of with it?
The most messed up part about it is, if we ever get a sentient AI that want to take over, we creating an infrastructure right now.
Which we might already have.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? We already got this mass surveillance infrastructure.
Right.
Where everywhere you go is cameras.
Right.
Everything you use got a microphone or a camera. Everything that you do, you see what I'm saying? Everything is already tracked.
People love to do this. They don't know what they're doing the best. People don't know when they're taking selfies and all that, and your location is on. You don't even know that these cameras see more than just you. They see your whole environment, your whole background.
Exactly.
So that's giving them chances to map out everything you do. It's just like when people was chasing Pokemon. They didn't know what was going on when they trying to find some dang on Pokemon. The creator of the Pokemon was actually, he was mapping out places where people was going. That's what they was doing. That was the whole end game of them doing that, like getting the world to do that for them for free. You did it for the whole F. So now people doing this same thing, distracted. Most people don't look up, first and foremost. It's a lot going on up than it is down here. But I want to, and not to get distracted, I have to say that because it's the facts and it's the truth. But I want to imply this right here. If this Centaur, you know what I'm saying, the Palantir, whatever they got going on, if this becomes more, if it start to happen, if it become more relevant to what we got going on right now in our daily life, if we start to see it, how do you think people gonna respond to that? Like, how would you even respond to that shit, to see an AI that's walking around in some type of flesh like you are, just like on Terminator, looking just as real as you. And I'm telling you some side note right here, how would you react? I could have swore on everything I love. Like, it was people who worked with me at this job that I was working at. I'm not even gonna say their name. I'm not even gonna even do that, but there's people who was working with me, and they knew that we all had the same idea about this certain individual. And I swear, only because I produced the thought and put it in their head, and they would crack jokes after that. And I told people, I said, because it was how this certain individual would respond, how he walked, how he act. I put this on everything I love. You know how us Americans can be. I said it just like this. I said, that motherfucker AI. And when I said it, I put it on everything, bro. Like, people started really taking heed to it. People started really believing it. Cause let me just move a little bit. He would move like robotically. He would pick up things, packages. He even talked robotic. And I was thinking, like, it's only, you know what I mean, not to be racist, just to be real. I said it's only logical that he looked Chinese, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did the whole, but I didn't think he was real. And, you know, that's probably running away with it, but, and for people who don't think like we think, it sounds completely foolish, but I'm being completely for real. So what if it's already...
You gotta be open-minded.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're not open-minded, you're close to all thoughts. Now, what if we really saw what we saw at work? What if that was the reason, like, you know, because this company is responsible for a lot of layoffs. What if it was the reason that a lot of layoffs happened and people were catching on to that? Or even, but
the reality is,
go ahead.
Technology that the government's got is always going to be a good 20 to 30 years ahead of what we got.
Of course. So I think really, above and beyond
the reality of the technology that they got would amaze us anyway if we really saw what they was really doing in these labs.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? They probably already do got.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I wouldn't be too amazed if they got somebody walking around in skin that's an AI. You know what I'm saying? In these labs. So it's like if they do put.
Hey, listen, you gotta understand. Like, I'm a logical type of person in most senses, in most situations. So to have me fathom this right here in real time, to see that this person right here, like, it was unethical to not even produce that thought, because I saw it, it resonated with me for even saying it, for even seeing it. So perception is one thing, but having that connection with your perception is a whole nother thing. Like, I was really adamant about this, and it was people who was really on board once they started seeing this. And the thing was, it would be separate assignments for this individual or being to do, and we would all, like, pay attention, because, you know, you would have it. Look at this motherfucker moment. Like, you know what I mean? We would really be looking, and it would be like robotic movement and all this, like, and then when you talk to this person, like, not to, like, you know what I'm saying, be a person that's fucking with people, but, you know, if you talk to him, it was just like he wasn't there. He wasn't there with us. And I'm telling you this, where I know his eyes wasn't there. He wasn't there. The conversation wasn't lining up to how you would talk to anybody, whether they were a person who were a simpleton or intellect. It was not there. It was not the compatibility of the normal connection that you would have. And I was just like, that motherfucker ain't real.
Something ain't right.
That ain't real. So when something ain't right, something ain't right. And that's what we noticed. And that was that about that. So my thing is, back to the question, how do you think people will handle it? And first of all, how would you handle it? Straight up.
Man, that's the thing, man. I couldn't even say how I would handle something like that, because that's right there. That's something that you grew up telling yourself personally. That was sci-fi. I grew up loving sci-fi, so it's like you go up and see this, you know. And if I actually had to confront seeing an AI robot that is actually, especially depending on what the role of this robot is, they just wander around doing this thing. Okay, cool. But if it's like in a position of authority, you see what I'm saying? It's just like, man, that's already my thoughts would be these things gotta go.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example, and this is an honest to life, a true to character. I could not make this up if I made this up. You get what I'm saying? This was the question that I myself asked this being, and I'm far convinced that it is what I saw. I saw what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I said, "What's your name?" This being said to me, "Name? Lee. Name." And I thought, I'm not finna talk to this motherfucker again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway,
Exactly. No, yeah.
anyway,
It's like
and it
your
wasn't
processing
because
was
like, oh,
different.
he's foreign or whatever. You can kick that shit out the window. I've met foreign people all my life. You don't meet foreign people all your life being my age and not knowing a normal interaction. I've met plenty of people. I'm a social butterfly. I know
You
how to.
you felt
Yeah, I
like
know
it
how to
was off on
conversate.
that.
So it was nothing. It was nothing that was normal. This was heavily out the norm. So I'm asking you again, besides, you know, just how you was raised and what you know about sci-fi, if this was in person right now, how would you respond? And how you think people are going to respond when they start seeing it and then it become a normal thing? Because it's going to happen.
I think the natural response is gonna be a fear response, and you know the most dangerous person is a person in fear. So it's like when people start getting scared, something finna happen.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the first reaction.
People
And
like to
that's why
shoot
they
shit.
probably would.
People
Yeah.
do.
What? Yeah.
People like to.
We will hunt things into extinction out of fear.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
That is one thing about us. You would kill a bug if you didn't know what it was. You would kill an animal if you didn't know what. Hey, what the fuck is that? You know, that instantly come into your mind like, you know, we can't help but having that what the is that moment. Because soon as we see something that we don't know that's a threat. You know what I mean? Like, that's a threat. Not knowing it could naturally belong or it could be something that's created. All right, but the thing is, that fear you talking about is a real fear that make us eradicate some things.
For real. And that's the dangerous thing, because people cool right now because it's not a real thing.
That's what
people
you just said. The realest
time
part.
To get scared before the mob. Exactly. And when people do get scared, the mobs come out. Yeah. When the mobs come out, that's like a Terminator situation on our hands. You see what I'm saying? It's like, because people not gonna tolerate something that they fear for long. They finna get some sleep. And they gonna do whatever they gotta do to get some.
I like how you said that. People gonna get some sleep.
For real.
Yeah, for real. Hey, I think because our skin thicker than that, right? I think a reason that a lot of people not worried about this, back to this right here, the war and stuff that's going on, because we dealt with plenty of wars without us being touched, harmed, or even having to be in them, so we sleep good, not even knowing about it. But when somebody can start sending AI,
a bit of a sheltered mindset when it comes to it. You see what I'm saying? We gotta be real sheltered. You see what I'm saying? Like, because, and that's another thing about it too, because if you think about it, like the alliances that the United States have, along with the geography of the United States,
right?
You got to go through a whole ocean to get over here, first of all, and most of the time you got to go through some allies.
That's
no matter
true.
what side. That's why now they ally with Europe. That's protecting that whole side right now. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, you got I forgot what the name of that alliance is, but they got the other alliance with Japan, South Korea, and Australia protecting the other side.
Yeah.
And that's what another people don't know, because Japan historically been one of the most dangerous countries in war.
And I was going to say this. You right about that. Go ahead. Continue with that thought, because I'm not going to forget this. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Japan,
but yeah,
one of the
United States just recently. Oh yeah. We just recently pretty much had a leash on Japan since World War II. Mm-hmm. They dropped Hiroshima, they dropped Nagasaki, and they pretty much confiscated their military after that. Mm-hmm. And since then, Japan just been chilling, trying to get their money lay low.
They chilling.
But Japan got an ancient beef with China, and Japan did China dirty in World War II.
What a lot of people don't know. Go ahead, because what a lot of people don't know is Japan ain't as small as people think they is. People go by what they see on a map.
Exactly.
Fam. For one, the Carolinas is bigger than that little map show them to be. The Carolinas, they not Texas or nothing like that. But Carolinas is way bigger. Carolina got so much uninhabited, land and all that. But what I want to say about Japan, back to that, is them are sleeping giants. Very humble sleeping giants.
Exactly.
But I want to say this to add to all that point right here.
But they're not sleeping no more.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's the thing, though. And that's the point I was getting at. The
Mm-hmm.
United States recently gave them their military back, or gave them their pass to create their military again. And
Handle your
the
business.
first thing Japan did
As
was
you
let
were,
China know.
as you were, you know what I mean? But that right there, that created a lot of friction, because I gotta say this right here. Because all that built up to say this right here. There is such a policy in politics, even with, like, because I compare a lot of stuff to the streets. I'll compare a lot of stuff like that, the small scale to the big scale, because it all add up. But what I'm saying is, and it all way out. What I'm saying is this: there's nothing to stop anybody's allies from backdooring them as well, too. You know, the element of surprise is the biggest surprise. We all know that. But this right here is gonna make bigger sense. Like, we do have allies that people have to go through, but allies can also become enemies. We've seen that happen in wars. We've seen that happen in world wars. We've seen different allies take different sides, get compromised to stuff, and then you would wonder why, you know, like people use this place used to be intact. The United States backdoored they backdoored Britain. This place used to be intact, you know what I'm saying, with so much different control. You know, so it don't stop because it's a new day. It don't stop because it's a new day, fam.
And it's perfect that you use that terminology, because I explain this to people all the time, that politics is parallel to the streets.
For real.
They operate exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
They
On a smaller scale,
exactly the same.
on a smaller scale, on a bigger scale, but it all add up. It all weigh out.
People represent countries, but they all move the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing you can always depend on is the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
The thing is, Japan and the United States got beef since World War II.
For real.
But Japan and China got ancient beef for 1,000 years. So it's like, you can depend on them hating each other.
Yeah,
you
for
can
real.
Depend on them hating each other forever.
What would it take? Hey, what would it take for you to, you know? And then they put that in they put that in their heads, like, you know, and they know that it's some tricky stuff coming out of these Americas. Don't get me wrong. They know that it's they know that it's stuff. Well, let me correct that. Coming out of this United States, they know that it's some tricky stuff. But anybody with a plan got a backup plan that came with a plan. You get what I'm saying? So when these people know that it's something behind it, it's an agenda. All right, we'll do you this solid. I'll do you. It's the same thing on the streets. If you know that your enemy wants you to do something, he wants you to slime somebody out. Okay. What's his agenda is what the person who's going to do that, like, his agenda is, A, I'm going to pay you this or something like that, or A and B is, well, I'm going to pay you something like this, and I got this favor to give you this, okay? And now when they give you this or whatever, you got to think about what's your end game, what you going to do after that, because it's always a plan of retaliation coming from somebody, because that get back is a motherfucker. So that's one thing people can't forget.
So right now, they're operating on interest right now.
Of course.
On interest. It's like, that's why they always talk about we're looking out for the United States interest. And so right now, the only thing you can depend on is them having interests that align.
Right.
And so a lot of people don't know this, but China operate like the United States over there in Asia. You see what I'm saying? They taking land from the Philippines. They taking the water from the Philippines. They taking the water from Japan. They taking the water from South Korea. All of these countries that's around China is pissed off at them.
Yeah.
Because they bullying them. China's like, we got the best military out here. What y'all gonna do?
What you gonna do
you know
about
what I'm saying? If we want to take... Exactly. They the first country to build islands. They building islands to claim the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, they claiming water that Philippines historically thought belonged to them. And Japan historically thought belonged to them.
How you gonna own this water when we got an island? When we got island?
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly.
How's this your water?
See what I'm saying? So China
that land. You own that land, fine, but you can't own this water. And that's the same thing.
Exactly.
That's the same thing as, like, say you own some property and you got water surrounding your property. If somebody is on that water, you can't do nothing about them being on that water. Now, you could do something about them being on your property, but you can't own that water.
For real.
That's why people go where they walk out of the water. Now, this is the smart thing about what you was just getting at. And you know I got to let you back in on this one. This is the smart thing about China taking over those waterways, or taking taking water, taking water is crazy. Taking water is diabolical. That is top notch crazy. That's like selling people water, which this country is very damn good at selling us everything that we already
it's crazy.
have.
But it lets you know that in order to have this power and take over the world mindset, you gotta think different. For example, do you know, like, I forgot what it was. The Native Americans sold New York to the British for like a few dollars or something like that. And they finessed the British because they was like, bro, do you hear that? They think they can buy Earth.
Yeah.
Of course. They was like, what y'all want to give us for this land? Okay, cool. You think you own the land? Fine.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The British had a whole different mindset. You see what I'm saying? To the Native Americans that was there, they was like, you can't own Earth. You can't own a piece of land.
Yeah, for real.
You see what I'm saying? You can't own it. So when they selling it to them, they laughing like, you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, you can't even, you see what I'm saying? Like, a hurricane come wash you away. Tornado can come. You can't own the land. You can't control nature. You see what I'm saying? But the mindset of the British was just a different type of power and control. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the Native Americans couldn't even fathom that level of greed.
Yeah, because the British, and I'm gonna say this right here, they had they had a broader regional influence. You know what I mean? So they was gonna keep stuff intact no matter what. Because nowadays you got different stuff to keep stuff intact. But the British had guns. You get what I'm saying? Native Americans, which might I add, we done already broke down who Native Americans are and plenty of times, and keep breaking that down for people who don't understand. Native Americans did not have gunpowder, firepower. Now, when you playing with stuff like sticks, stones, arrows, and stuff like that, it don't compare. Now, you can be good at it because you practice it all day for sport because that's part of one of your hobbies. But when the Britons did that, they was like, let them try taking it back. You get what I'm saying? They already had a plan. When anything anything that them folks put their hands on, it was weaponry behind that. And they wasn't worried about getting shot in the ass with an arrow. You get what I'm saying?
But they was, though. They don't teach us a lot. They don't teach us this a lot of times.
Go ahead.
But they had to completely reshape the way they did war in order to beat the Native Americans.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Native Americans wasn't doing that straight up shit. They made well, I guess you call them the United States, but they made the Europeans convert to guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, easy.
They said stand right there if you want to. We can't be in the trees and on horses.
Flanking came from.
We finna circle y'all.
Flanking came from our style of flanking, and I say our for a reason. Flanking came of our style of we'll jump y'all ass. That's as plain as it is. That's as plain as it is. Like, if one of us can't whoop you, some of us can't whoop you, all of us can whoop y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no straight up. That's what we talked about in our last podcast. How in the French and Indian War, that them boys thought that they was gonna do what? Fight heads up. No, we don't fight fair. We come at you from everywhere. Especially, I tell you why. The number one reason they won the war and they was winning is because, now don't get me wrong, Britain doubled back. Don't ever forget history. They doubled back and came and got theirs. That's first and foremost. Let's not forget that. But the first time they fought, they taught them a lesson because the natives knew the land from being here. You get what I'm saying? From being here. So it's like this. If you go to somebody's house and something happened and a fight kick off, you looking for a weapon. They already know where the weapon's at. You know what I'm saying? You looking for somewhere to go. They already know where to go. You're on my property. So when you in our land, you in our territory, we know how to travel this terrain way that you could ever think of, fool. You just got here. You don't know nowhere but up the street. So where the hell you gonna go? You know what I'm saying? You gonna run into my folks. You fuck around and find out. You run into one of my folks because we everywhere. We can't go nowhere but everywhere because we all around this piece. You get what I'm saying? So that's where they won. When they came back intact, it got real crazy because you give somebody time to get their ass whooped, they got to come back with a better plan. They got to re-strategize, they got to replan, and they got to regroup. And when they regrouped, that's when they went and got more help. You know what I mean? They was like, hey, these motherfuckers overcold. They overcold, bro. We need a little bit more help. Why don't y'all come help us? And that's how they
No,
got
for
the
real.
second time.
And they was playing the politics game too. You know what I'm saying? They was, using the same tactics they using right now on China. I'm gonna find out who you got beef with, and I'm gonna go be real with them because them tribes didn't all get along. I'm gonna find out what tribe you was beefing with before I got you, and I'm gonna cut them a deal.
This is the thing right here. It's always gonna be beef amongst those who look like each other, and they always know how, and the others always know how to conquer and divide. Right now, they can
exploit it.
They can pay somebody who look just like you to kill you. You get what I'm saying? And do not look at, because that's the craziest part. You into it with this certain person, this brand of European or whatever, and this is how smart they are, how strategical they are. Is they find somebody who look like you to take care of you because you at war with them, you into it with them. It's just like all these rapper conspiracies, how they say something happened to this rapper, that rapper, somebody that looked like him killed them because they say that a government, an agent or somebody, and you even have these fools who go down for it.
Exactly.
This such and such came and paid me and cashed me out. Yeah, of course they did. They weren't gonna do it themselves, dum-dum. This is how they play the game. This is how they
exactly.
This is how they politic. They have somebody that look like you take care of you. They don't have to. You expecting them to come at your enemy? My uncle taught me one thing. Your enemy is not going to approach you. Your enemy is not going to approach you. My uncle sit there and make his own bullets and tell me this. Your enemy is not going to approach you. That's why they got rifles and all kinds of stuff, because they will hit you from a distance, first and foremost. And they'll use somebody who looks just like you to take care of you.
Oh, yeah.
Your enemy is not going to approach you, so you got to be ready for that element of surprise, because that's the biggest surprise. Now, moving on, fam. I like where we going with this. I like where we go at all times, but my thing is,
oh yeah, man.
We know it ain't no diplomatic solution for what's going on around here, but even on the home front, it can happen, like where drones hit here. I mean, fast. Because do you not remember when them drones was flying around here? People didn't. You not remember
that was last year before.
You not remember when them balloons was flying around here, and you had our own military like, them ain't ours. You know what I'm saying? You had people saying like,
but that's the thing. They lied to us so much. I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, bro, that is the United States.
Yeah. I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say another thing.
I don't know if you saw it today. Today, pretty much, Trump was saying, it's probably a distraction from them files, but he was saying that he want to do a press conference talking about releasing the information on UFOs and aliens.
That's a distraction.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a distraction. Exactly. You could have been did that
and
shit. Why you bringing out these damn Martin Luther King files? Why you bringing out these Malcolm X files? Why you bringing out all this shit, JFK? Stop bringing out that old shit, that bullshit. Stick to what's happening right now. Y'all deflected. If it's anything that I am is a recognizer. I see your bullshit and I raise you none. But I'm gonna say it just like this. I recognize your shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, well, you got people like us. You got people like us who, in the operating field of intellects. Don't get mad because it is what it is. We see what you on, fam. Game, peep game. Good game, peep game. Like, hold up.
It's true.
Nah, bro. See, if you wanted to tell us about UFOs, you would have done that shit 40, 60 years ago when we was coming to y'all about that shit, and y'all already knew what it was. When you had people that they call whistleblowers, you had people they call crazy conspiracy theorists or whatever already telling you about Area 51s, about telling you about places in Arizona, places in New Mexico, places everywhere that they heavily spotted. Like, hold on. Then when they started seeing and caught on to you, because they smelled your bullshit, they caught on to you and knew that, hold up. We doing this shit too. We made it hard. It made it hard to say where it's coming from. because people found out that, damn, the United States got so many of these things. What they changed the name from UFOs to UAPs. You get what I'm saying? They had to try
Exactly.
to they had to try to pull a bait and switch in front of you. Now listen, we one thing about these
But
people you
but the
call,
reason why they changed it,
yeah. Say what now? I'm listening.
because they trying to pretty much change the narrative around them. They
Easy.
pretty much saying now, because what they've been saying is these things been coming out of the water.
Hey,
They said
Dave.
they've been
Hey,
coming out of the ocean,
hey, that's true. I don't
and
care
that's why
what.
they said they not calling them unidentified flying objects no more. Now they calling them unidentified aerial phenomenon. They
Mm-hmm.
in the air, but they've been spotted that they coming out of the water,
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
so it's like,
I
and I'm
told
just like,
somebody
man,
this
it's
before.
crazy, but no, for real, it's just like you know, they lie so much, but the thing is, you don't know what to believe about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's something to it because they ain't been talking about this for the last 70 years for no reason, and on top of that,
Yeah.
other countries then accuse the United States of having
And
alien
and
technology.
and when you get caught up in your own bullshit, your lie, you got to tell another lie. That's why one lie lead to another, and it's
Yep.
fractional because the reason why, or fragmentational, the reason why is it's broken down into pieces. You get a piece of the truth here, you get a piece of the truth here. We finna cover all this with a bunch of bullshit. Then you get a piece of truth here, piece of truth here, piece of truth here, bunch of bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And sprinkle so by the time and the
Now
conspiracy,
you got to look
and
through
most
it to
people don't
find
know
where the
this.
truth is.
Yeah, that's why you won't recognize the truth. Most people don't know that the conspiracy theories that they fall for the most is put out here by the CIA. They are called the Central Intelligence Agency for a fucking reason. They are a group of intellects. Now, don't say that they're not smart because that'd be very foolish. That'd be very foolish of you not to
Oh
know
yeah,
that you falling for all of they scams. You falling for all of they bullshit. And I ain't talking about they the ones calling you and scamming you. No, if they wanted your shit, they just delete your bank account. I'm talking about your scams of information. They are playing a game called psychology. They playing with you psychologically. This is
oh
something that they
yeah,
do on the daily in and out. And guess what? They do that shit with a smile, with a straight face, or not nothing about it is them having a feeling about how you feel about it because it's a part of their game. They're operating in a realm of what would these fools fall for next? You get what I'm saying? What's the next thing? And
no, for real.
this ain't one line they push out at a time. These people are so incredibly intelligent with the resources that they have. They know how the mind works. They know psychology to the T. They know you're gonna work, you're gonna fall for it. They know who doing this all day in the damn conspiracy zone. They know who doing this and deep in that rabbit hole is where you at. But they know exactly what you're falling for. They know exactly what you read, and they see your Amazon account. They know what books you order. Hell, they wrote them. They find a
Exactly,
fictitious name to
exactly.
put on this and like, look at this fool ordering this shit. And then one of them like, I wrote that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but like
Yeah.
most people don't understand. Like you're playing a big ass psychological game. So back to what plays out to all of that is even this stuff that's going on, this, with the military and all that, they are understanding this. They understanding this. It's for the small-minded people to engage in it. The most small-minded thing you could do is sit around all day and worry about what that orange man is doing. I'm not worried about him or none of that bullshit that he got going
No, for
on
real.
at all. You know why I'm not worried about him?
Hey
He gonna
man,
keep being a puppet. There's people that's pulling the strings, got him doing shit that he didn't even know he was doing today. You know what I'm saying?
it's true,
So
and
it is what it
that's
is.
why I like that line Erica Badu said,
Was
man, the man that knows something knows that he
he
knows
knows nothing
nothing
at
at
all.
all.
Yes, yes,
For real,
yes,
because at the end of the day, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
The
So it's
more I
like
learn,
at the end of the day, it's keeping an open mind, but
the less I
understanding
know.
that it's so many lies out there. Yeah.
For sure.
What you were saying?
But I said the more I learn, the less I know. But when you say it's so many lies, because we playing a game of psychology, like I said. We built around a society of manipulation. That's why it's so hard for like not to take it somewhere that's gonna piss people off, but it is the truth. It's so hard for people to know, like who a real who the real Americans are, just to be for real. Just like just look at these two people in the camera and then you go, there you go. But the thing is, like, you got so much clutter around stuff that you got this game that they love that you don't know the things you're supposed to know. They love that you're arguing about stuff that you're not supposed to be arguing about. They love that you playing this
Yeah,
game that they made up. A big ass game of
yeah.
conspiracy. A big ass game of big fat lies. And guess what? It's something you take so much of your time and your energy to give response to. It's supposed to be something you never even think about. They know the most powerful people on the planet pay them no mind. Beads of water to a raincoat. That's all it is. The most intellectual people are not even they're not even doing what we doing right now. You get what I'm saying? We are
No, for real.
aware of things, don't get me wrong. But these people are the type of individuals that I'm talking about. They are somewhere meditating. And when I say meditating, they are somewhere with this not even being a problem to them. This not even being a conversation or a thought to them. And that's who they mad they can't get to. Because those people will not play their game. Those people will not play your public information. Those people will not play your doctrine of lies. Those people will not play your conspiracy game. Those people don't even want anything to do with you or your psychology. And that's where we want to
You know
be.
what? And that brings me to something I was watching earlier. Like
Get to it.
probably getting toward the end of it here. Before we wrap it up, though, I did
Mhm.
want to touch on this one. We probably can explore this one in depth on the next one or whatever. But
Yeah.
you know what a Faraday room is?
No, go ahead and tell me.
Okay, so you know how pretty much you watch like First 48 and shit like that, right? Like
I don't
you
really
know
watch
how they
TV
can.
a lot, but I have watched First 48. Everybody know what that is.
Yeah, yeah, you okay? So like on the show where like somebody do something, they got their phone on them, and pretty much that's how they can track them. They know exactly where they are, triangulating them by their
Hmm.
phone. The phone is giving information to the nearest cell tower at all times.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now they got these things called Faraday bags or Faraday boxes. If you put any technology in a Faraday box or a Faraday bag, no type of radio frequencies can get out or in that bag, which means that phone becomes off the grid. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So so you can't get tracked if you have any of your electronics in a Faraday bag or a Faraday box. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because no frequencies can get in it to read it, and no frequencies can get out. So if you think you take it a step further, they got what's called Faraday cages or Faraday rooms.
Mm.
A room where like no type of radio frequencies can get in or out. Now we get into where remember they used to call people tinfoil hats. What's that movie about the aliens? What's that movie about the aliens where they got the tinfoil hat?
Ah, I don't know.
Where they got the it's a famous movie where they got the crop circles in the
I
yard.
remember something like that, but it's not
Yeah,
coming to my mind. But go ahead. I'm trying to hear the rest of this.
but yeah, no, you good. But what they get into now is all of these frequencies from these Wi-Fi routers, these cell phones, laptops, all of these frequencies that go nonstop. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
so now I've been watching these videos of people who got these Faraday
I'm
rooms
gonna look that up
and
though.
people who they set their room up as Faraday, no frequencies in or out. And this is where they go to meditate. You see what I'm saying? They meditate. Some people sleep in these Faraday rooms. But it's weird because all of the people saying the same thing. When they get in the Faraday room, they feel like their thoughts is more peaceful. They feel like their mind is more clear. They feel like they thinking more positive, loving thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Just in general, they on a different type of time. You see what I'm saying? But immediately when they step out, they go back to stressing about current events, they life. They go back to the rat race. The moment
Oh,
they step
okay.
out, it's like, and they all said they got the same feeling. They said they feel like these thoughts is impulses that's being forced into their head the moment they step out of the Faraday room. And
Oh,
they make you think about saying like the general population, like if they really sending these like frequencies throughout these routers that keep people on a certain, saying on a certain type of frequency or a certain type of thought process or a certain
right.
type of what's the word I'm looking for? keeping you on a certain vibe that make you act a certain way and think a certain way at all times of the day, like you were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want people who not concerned. You see what I'm saying? They don't want people who not thinking about the things that even the things that we talking about right now. This like you see what I'm saying? Like you were just saying, like they don't want people who on that intelligence level where they're not even bothered by the stuff the rat race of trying to understand what they up to and following their program and playing their game. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like with these Faraday rooms, it's like if it's blocking out these frequencies and it's not letting it get. So what's your thought on pretty much just in general of frequencies? Because I know you've heard about shit like MK Ultra and shit like that. Them
Yeah.
trying to
So
get things, control people's thoughts and have people on this type of stressed out energy.
me personally, I've always felt like the natural frequencies come from the sun. From those
Okay.
sun rays is actually when they tell you don't look at the sun, it's the most foolish thing because that right there is we know that's the spiritual portal of the creator. We know that as intellects. We understand that. But for
Okay.
those who too foolish, they wouldn't even dare. It's too hot out here, but that's meant for you. You get what I'm saying? As far as for like um cell towers and all that's putting up everything that's blocking your natural frequencies or your transmissions that you're supposed to be getting. I know to understand or overstand that those things are a big distraction. All of that, even being on your cell phone, is blocking your frequency, is blocking your total connection with the creator, blocking your total connection with your portal. So, and the movie I think you're talking about
Oh
is
man,
Signs.
our next one, I want you to actually jump into that on our next one
Okay, and the movie,
about.
we'll go a little bit deeper. And the movie I think you're talking about is it Signs with Mel Gibson
Yep,
and Joaquin
that's
Phoenix.
it. Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah,
think of
okay,
that. Yeah, that's it.
all right, yeah. I looked that up. It's not like I just guessed it either though, but I looked that
Nah,
up
you good, you
while we
good.
was talking. But yeah, I mean, we got to thank the people that's that's here with us, that's having sharing our experience right now because we brought y'all to the hole where no depth is too deep, where the woke stay woke and the sleepers can't sleep. Hey, y'all got what we had to give y'all for right now. Until the next time, big deuces, big peace.